Joe, it's interesting when you look at the way a lot of major league teams are situated right now. Their AAA and AA teams are within a couple hours, really making it easy for them to bring players up and back. When you think about the Scranton Shuttle this year, a lot of production from those guys.
Yeah, and sometimes it's difficult on them because sometimes it'll be a pitcher where he's worked 2 days in a row and we need a fresh arm and they get sent down. A lot of times it's not because they've done something wrong, but it's part of having options as a player. An option has 3 years of player has 3 years of options, and then if you send him down after that, he becomes a free agent. So it's part of that shuffle, but they've contributed a lot.
I know you're probably focusing on the now and the next game and filling out that lineup, but do you allow your mind to wander a little bit and wonder what this roster might look like come September 1st?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to change a little bit. We're going to add a little bit, but I don't necessarily see us adding a ton of players because a lot of them are already here. A lot of the young guys that are on the 40-man are actually contributing at a high level now. So, but it will change, and when we're on the road trip, we will add a few more players. Of
those guys contributing, Luis Cessa, he made his second start being a guy in the rotation, threw the ball pretty well again. What have you liked from Cessa?
I like his aggressiveness. I like how he has an ability to pitch inside and make hitters a little bit uncomfortable, to use his breaking ball. He has two different ones. He's developed one with a little bit more depth, and then he has the hard slider, and he has a good changeup. So, and obviously you expect him to field a position, seeing that he was an infielder before that. So, you know, I think he's pitched very aggressive, and he uses his fastball well.
You talk about that aggression. I go back to the game when they were playing the Angels in Anaheim, and he would throw inside on Pujols, he would throw inside on Trout. Is that something that either a guy's comfortable doing or he's not, that you can't necessarily teach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something guys can get used to as they get older, but a lot of times you won't see a young guy be comfortable doing it, or when they go in, you know, they won't give their best fastball, and because of that, sometimes they'll pull it, but he doesn't seem to have a problem.
How bright is the future when you look at it in that regard? You have Sanchez, who's under 25, you have Cessa, you have Green, you have guys that are all comfortable with each other as well?
Oh, I think it's really bright, and there's more coming. There's some really good players in our minor league. There's some guys that are playing extremely well in AA, young guys as well, AAA down to A-ball. So we're excited, and we think the future's bright.
When you talk about these guys going up, coming down, that's what happens when you have options, but how difficult do you think it is for the player to kind of realize this is a business, this is the way it works, I didn't necessarily do anything wrong here?
It's tough. You know, I think it's tough, and Larry has been really good about talking to players, and we try to explain to them, look, this is the way it is, this is what we're doing, I understand you've pitched well, but we want a fresh arm, and go be ready in 10 days if the phone rings again, because it's going to ring. That's the bottom line, and I think guys have handled it pretty well. I'm sure at times they're frustrated and they want to stay, but they've handled it well and have contributed all year long.
Did you ever go through any of that as a player?
I got sent down for 40 days and nights.
The worst 40 days and nights of your life?
You know, and you really don't understand how good it is here until you get here. So if you've always been in the minor leagues in a sense, and you haven't been sent down, you know, in a sense, it's not so bad. But once you go up and go back down, you're like, oh my gosh, I got to get back there. So I went down for my 40 days and nights.
You go from big cities and nice hotels and catered meals to
chartered flights.
A little bit of a different story in the minors. Well, one of the prospects that a lot of people are extremely excited about, acquired him when you guys made some of the deals, Clint Frazier.
Yes.
Brian Cashman said probably not going to see him this year, not quite ready, but what have you seen from him in video? Have you watched what you know about him that leads you to be excited for the future?
A lot of bat speed. The ball really comes off his bat, and he's going to make some different sounds and hit some balls a long way. And this is really a quality kid that helps other people out. He's done some things in his community that are really special. So we're really excited about him.
Have you had a chance to talk to him at all?
No, I haven't, but I'm sure, you know, at some point I'll get a chance to talk to him. And you know, we follow these kids every day. You know, the great thing is on my computer every day I can watch the video of their at-bats or them pitching or doing different things, and you see a lot of good things.
He's known as a guy that likes to give it 100%. He's even been compared to Mike Trout. Do you see do you see anything to that comparison?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to see him play in person, but he can hit a ball a long ways, and he's not like a huge guy. I mean, he's probably 6'1", 205 pounds, but he can really hit a baseball.